Hello everybody and welcome to another Beyond All Reason video. Today we have a 1v1 between Sashkorin and Lord Vedor. We are on a map that we haven't seen before, Krubik Plains. A little bit different for us today, and instantly we can see a huge difference in start position here. Sashkorin going for an interesting choice. Normally the start position would be here at the top, where Lord Vedor has currently gone. Now, why? Why would Sash go here? Well, one thing it is that it's very close to this corner here with another mech spot. And the metal points on the map are exactly the same, so that's not really going to help much. It is probably going to assist him in removing some early harass, because Lord Vedor is probably going to go straight across here and go to harass over here, which, normally would be a very defensible position. You just build one LLT on top of this hill over here, and that would cover any scouts coming up, and you don't have to worry about anything. But with him not being there, then he doesn't have to worry about it. Saying that, this little section over here also fairly defendable, except from amphibious, which obviously can come up here. I think that's actually fine for bots to walk through. It is. So bots will actually be able to walk through there and up that ridge. Maybe he doesn't, not aware of that potentially, but we'll see. Anyway, when we go to the players here, Lord Vedor is playing Cortex and has gone bots, and we know that Sash here has gone arm bots as well. Now, early ticks again, don't know if they're going to be able to really do much, as we already said. This top cliff bit here is going to be very easy to defend. And so because of that, I don't see those ticks actually being able to do much. And interestingly enough, Lord Vedor seems to have a rough idea on where Sash is located. Probably from seeing all of the ticks come from that direction. There's an engineer here that's going to get caught out as well. Will it get killed though? That's the question. Probably not. And he does have very little health left. So whether this grunt can actually get close enough to the engineer now. The pawn is obviously not able to fire at all, and the pawn actually gets killed. And that is some great micro there from Barb. Sorry, from Lord Vedor. I said Barb because his clan name's BAB. But that's a big loss coming out very early on from Sashkorin there. Losing a constructor straight off the bat is a big loss. The tick does try and make its way around, but I don't see what that tick from Sash is going to accomplish. And here we see the main difference between Cortex and Pawns here is that they have slightly more range. And this means that a well-microed grunt can outrange a pawn, and as long as he's got room to run around in, that is. This is a good sizable chunk of pawns right now. When we look at economy here, we can see that Sashkorin is actually in the lead when it comes to metal and energy produced. Build power, because of that loss of a constructor, it goes to Lord Vedor currently. And damage as well, again due to that constructor that was lost early on. But Sash here trying to contain Lord Vedor, and now this is the one weakness of the side that Lord Vedor has spawned from, is if you get contained here, there is no getting out of there. It's hard to be contained into that position, but it is possible. And we can see Lord Vedor did manage to get a single constructor out in time. But from Sashkorin's position, easily spread to there, and not so easily spread to the starting hill, but it's doable. Lord Vedor here doing a great job at getting rid of a few of those pawns, able to push out. Sashkorin hasn't really reinforced that army in a while now. But if you notice, this is one of the few maps where the middle of the map has nothing. And right here we can see the middle of the map has no economy in it whatsoever, except for some reclaim. Ooh, that is a good point here. Lord Vedor has no vision in the middle whatsoever. And this does mean that Sashkorin is going to be able to do some damage here, potentially, if he keeps going. Trying to sneak in a Resbot kill here. Now, is he going to be able to catch that constructor? He does. And he's going all in, but he's a bit busy right now microing down just outside of his base. As Lord Vedor did the smart thing here. He knew he wasn't going to get back in time, so what he's actually done is try to push on Sashkorin's base instead, which is a very smart play. Sashkorin has lost all units, and right now we see the wind has dropped down considerably and is now down at 0. This is a mistake here from Sashkorin, where the position of constructor forcing him to lose even more units, but he is in a severe lack of pawns right now. Only 2 left. He desperately needs more units built right now, and there is a sizable chunk of grunts on their way down. Luckily enough, Sash does see them come in. He is aware, but what can he do? Great LLT there, killing some of that, but that force of grunts from Lord Vedor will be enough to kill the expansion up on this top area. And now it is Sash that is being contained quite effectively as well. And what is he to do? Now, Sash does have the mexes on the right side in the water and the left side in the water. And on top of that, he is starting to take the ones up on the hill and the top right. He is going to have a significant metal advantage if he keeps this up. And we actually see now a transition over to vehicles, partial transition at least. He is only building Janices. LLT did go up on the right hand side. Janices will, the splash damage on these will do a substantial job at dealing with any grouped up grunts. And obviously the missiles track, so as long as they fire, be careful of friendly fire, bear in mind, they will hit their target. We actually see now Sashkorin has completely stopped building bots. Hasn't reclaimed the factory though. We are seeing Lord Vedor, however, doing just that. Lord Vedor reclaiming his bot lab and transitioning fully over to vehicles and primarily building brutes. Now, economy-wise, Sashkorin's still in the lead substantially by now. And still, Lord Vedor is yet to even take all the metal extractor points on his starting location. So, not great, really. Sashkorin right now, though, just struggling for energy, desperately trying to build some more wins. But they're just not really cutting it right now. Not a single solar built by either player here, because they need the metal. Lord Vedor could probably afford to maybe build one, but he is currently fine on energy at the moment, with wind actually now going back up as well. It's going to favour both players here. Now, when it comes to army value, apparently both players are even here. Even though it looks tremendously in Lord Vedor's favor right now. And this 9 groups of resurrected pawns here will probably make short work of these double LLTs if they get close enough. If Sashkorin's smart enough, he will self-destruct one of the LLTs and try and take them down. Unfortunately, he isn't aware in time. Another LLT is built up the top here, but I can definitely see this constructor getting killed. But meanwhile, in the middle, an attempted push into the forces of Lord Vedor there loses most of his pawns. Yep, the constructor does go down, but the LLT does survive. Smart choice of target there. And this left side as well, the other constructor that was on the left has been cleaned up. That single pop-up lightning turret was not enough to save against the forces there harassing. However, still, substantially, the economy is towards Sashkorin right now. Occasionally, it's just going up here. You see, that's just purely for the res bots. Smart forced fire here on the Januses. Taking out the Januses very quickly here. Great micro work. There's a lot of metal in those. 144. Losing most of his Januses there. Only left with 2 left. And only really claimed 1 brute. This is not looking good for Sashkorin right now. He has a significant economy advantage, but doesn't seem to be able to make the most of it. Building a bunch of energy converters now that he has the Geo himself. He seems to be going for a lot more of a long game economy play. Which, if he can make the game drag out, will be in his favor. The issue is he needs to be able to drag it out that long. Right now, it is not looking very good. Will not be able to finish off that brute. And still losing a Janus and a Stout in that trade. And Sashkorin losing nothing. Interesting little defensive fortification going up here with a pop-up. Is that just a single pop-up? It is. 2 LLTs. That other pop-up will not get built in time. I don't think it's going to be enough though, as that constructor is going to get killed. LLTs will get killed as well, and so will the metal points. Yep. Oh, 1 left. Meanwhile, in the middle again. This is great micro from Lord Vedor here. He's able to basically hold the reclaim fields, resurrect what he wants, push in, and make sure he's repairing every time. So the army value is consistently staying advantageous to Lord Vedor. And now with some resurrected Januses on his team here, this is going more and more bad, basically, for Sashkorin. The question is, what do you do in this situation? Great. Trees blocking the pop-up turret. 10 out of 10 trees. Realistically, I don't know. Sash kind of needs to make some form of a play. If it's sending units around to a different area or something, he needs to do something different. He's got a bunch of res bots there trying to get units healed up a bit. But it's just not working out for him yet. Oh, this looks like this is going to be a painful attack here. It's going to be a substantial loss of units here, probably for Sashkorin, as he is basically going in with his units. Not looking good. Some reinforcements, Januses, are arriving, but they're going to be a bit too late. Some good micro, though, managing to keep most of the damage coming from one direction. But that is a big reclaim field, 3.5k metal that Sashkorin has now just given to Lord Vedor, and the economy advantage that Sashkorin had is not really going to pay out at all now. What is Sashkorin to do? Losing all of that reclaim. Do we see a move to Tech 2 at all? No. But smartly placed metal storage here is going to mean that he's able to bank all of that reclaim. And that 3k has been gobbled up by Lord Vedor, and he has a big chunk of metal now stored in his bank. If it wasn't for the energy currently right now, I would, see him actually going Tech 2 at this point. For him to build a Tech 2 lab, it's only going to cost him 2.8k. He has the army advantage right now. He is containing Sash. He could quite easily go Tech 2 if he had the energy, which he currently doesn't. I mean, now would probably be the time when Sash should probably be using his commander a bit more. Maybe add some like rocket bots to this here. He's somewhat limited, being the fact that his arm means he can't do much. The one armed metal extractor on both sides has actually completely stopped Sashkorin just naked expanding there with a construction bot. And the early economy advantage that Sashkorin had is falling behind very quickly. Just gonna say I'm surprised. There we go. Literally what I was about to say, that Lord Vedor hasn't sent some units off to the side to try and get a bit of like economy damage to the stuff over here. But we're about to see that now. It's not going to work out though, I think. Lightning turrets aren't really made to deal with those sorts of tanks. Oh, the Resbot group that Lord Vedor had did get caught out just briefly there in the middle. Oh, the self-destruct. Will it happen in time? No, it doesn't. Now, for those that aren't aware, self-destruct, very useful. If you think you're about to lose the unit, you self-destruct your unit to avoid your enemy getting the reclaim. Now, as we mentioned before, now that energy is now fine, we see the use of all of that 3k metal into transition into Tech 2. Now, Sashkorin has a very short time span now where he needs to make the most of this. However, he just doesn't really have the army to make the most of this. Lord Vedor did a good job basically keeping his army alive as long as possible, and then when the transition to Tech 2 happened, he just pulled back. He didn't want to take the fight. He knew he was going to need a units because, as you should be aware, when you transition to Tech 2, you will have a lull in terms of your unit production because of how long it takes to build, and also when you're starting to build up your Tech 2 economy. As you can see here, the metal used of Lord Vedor is quite a lot. Actually, he's doing very well to, keep his economy going well. Some good little aggression here from Sashkorin, cleaning up the side mexes. Both sides, actually. And the army value is now technically towards Sashkorin's side, but no transition to Tech 2 at all. The build power of the commander here is not being used. Now, you should know that the build power on a commander is very high. It's 300, which is more than a single construction turret. So by not utilizing that build power right now is a heinous crime. Now, has Sash seen the Tech 2 yet? No. And interestingly, Sash is actually deciding to go for air, maybe trying to get a bombing run off, which would do a decent amount of damage, but enough? Don't quite know. He will have received the audio alert just then to say Tech 2 units detected. Oh my goodness, Armada gunships? No. Those that aren't aware, Armada gunships Not very good. Unfortunately, Tech 1 gunships in the game in general aren't very good. With the planned air rework, hopefully things like that will change. But for now, they're not really very good. Oh, that Tiger has 22 health. The lowest it could have possibly been. But we are seeing a good clear up of units here from Sashkorin. Basically forcing Vedor again to be contained, losing all expansion mechs. But Lord Vedor is to Tech 2. And that does mean that those metal extractors are going to pump out a substantial amount more metal. And so the metal advantage he has is not going to last for much longer. Now we see a start of the Tech 2 transition here from Sashkorin. And here we see the gunships come out. Now, I honestly think this would have been better being bombers, but see how long this is taking to kill that tier 2 constructor. I mean, that's a pretty good hit, but now that he has Tech 2, and also he's just going to res it. These gunships with 4 left, he might be able to hit some of these energy converters if he's smart about it, which he is currently not using them. Come on, Sash. He's lost his opportunity now. Does he not have radar up here? Too late. See, this is what I mean. Gunship's not good. Gunship's not good at all. They accomplished all of one Tech 2 constructor, which has already been revived. So if you're watching this, Sash, don't build them. And if you're someone new here who likes to play ARM, don't build them. They're not good. Now, if you're a Cortex and you built Paralyzer drones, now that's a different story. But no. Don't build them. Ooh, sneaky revive for the pop-up turret there. Now, Lord Vedor's being smart here. He's positioning just the Tech 2 tanks here to make it look like that's all he's got. But actually, he's got this massive force round here. But neither player actually knows where anyone is. There's a severe lack of radar anywhere on this map. The thing is, if Lord Vedor chose to, he could fix that problem. Sashkorin got decent radar coverage now. He's starting to get some of his own Tech 2 out. Surprisingly, we haven't seen a reclaim of the air lab yet, which at this point is, you know, pretty much useless. Unless he's planning to go Tech 2 air, maybe. But I don't see that happening somehow. To be fair, he doesn't need the metal right now. So I've got plenty of metal. And this one gunship here, so is not even able to take out these armed metal extractors. Some dangerous positioning there by Sash. Got some of his forces sandwiched against the wall. Now, Sash needs to be thinking, what can he do to change this? He needs something in order to make a big change on this outcome of this game. Now, surprisingly, he is stockpiling metal and is no longer producing anything. What is he stockpiling metal for? Clean up the top corner now has finally happened. Still Sash stockpiling a bunch of metal with no actual use for it. Almost at capacity, and Sash is now overflowing metal. Oh, this must be a mistake. Yep, looks like that was a mistake. Sash there with a mistake of overflowing metal. And it's not going to cost him too much, but, you know, your opponent's been building units the entire time where you were sat there not building anything. And he is at an army disadvantage, and he needs the units. So by not building any, it's just costing him dearly. He's splitting off some forces here in order to try and deal with this side-swiping attack. But Pulsar's here. Now, if you can get enough of these, and bear in mind he also needs the radar, as you can see there, that will do a good job against the Tigers. However, he cannot just have that, and if he loses this front line, then that's it. Meanwhile, do we see any difference from Lord Vedor? No. Lord Vedor is just slowly growing his economy. Sash is interesting position here. Still using some of these gunships. Now, all this is probably going to do, these starlights, is it's going to force your opponent to just build some spam. And we can instantly actually see that. See how there's now 200 grunts queued up. They are literally going to be there just to tank the shots from the starlights. You're going to see how effectively they're going to do that. Also, this is a huge mistake. Moving these starlights around on the left, no forces to defend them at all. They could get easily rushed down here if they decided to turn around. And here, Lord Vedor goes. Now making the move. Starlights with not enough energy to fire and actively enough. And no significant front line in order to keep the starlights safe. And there go all of the starlights. And the entire front line of Sashkorin. He did not have the energy ready to fire the starlights, and only building starlights as well. No more front line. And with that, Sashkorin pulls the GG. So this is a prime example of, even if you have the economy advantage, does not beat a good strategy. And that's exactly what Lord Vedor had. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.